Okay, so this problem says a rectangle with an area of 8 feet squared is dilated by a scale factor of 4. What is the new area of the dilated rectangle? Alright, I'm going to show you guys two ways to do this. The first way is if you remember the formula that we told you in class, which I'm going to copy and paste it in here for us. If you can remember this formula, then you can just plug your stuff in. So a rectangle with an area of 8 feet is dilated. So the 8 feet is the original image or the pre-image. So I would put that area on the bottom of my fraction. The scale factor is 4, so I'd put that in for scale factor. And then we don't know the image, that's the area image, which is what we're trying to solve for. We want to know the new area of the dilated rectangle, so we would let that be x, because that's what we're trying to solve for. And then you could put this over 1, and you could cross multiply. So you could do 1 times x is 1x. And then you could do 4 squared, which is 16, and 16 times 8, which is 128. So this tells us that the new area of the dilated rectangle would be 128 feet squared, sorry. So the new area would be 128 feet squared. Alright, so that method is great if you can remember this formula. But let's say that you're not so good at remembering formulas and you get to the test and you freak out because you're like, oh no, I forgot the formula. That's okay, guys. You can still reason through this, and I want to show you what that looks like right now. So the way you could reason through this is you could say a rectangle has an area of 8 feet. So I know rectangle area is base times height. So I'm just going to let it be, I'm going to let the base be 2 and the height be 4. It just has to work out to where it multiplies to the area that we want, which is 8. So I've decided that my rectangle is going to have dimensions of 2 and 4. That's going to be my original rectangle. Well, then I need to use a scale factor of 4. So I need to multiply each of those side lengths by 4. So I'm going to do my new rectangle. And for this side length, I'm going to do 2 times 4, which is 8. And for this side length, I'm going to do 4 times 4, which is 16. And remember, your goal is to find what is the new area of the dilated rectangle. So now you could find the area of this rectangle using 8 and 16. So you could do 8 times 16. And again, you would get 128 feet squared. So if you can remember this formula, that's great. It's a little bit of a shortcut. If you can't remember that formula, or that formula doesn't really make sense to you, then you can always plug in your own values that give you that area and work it out that way.